Let me go ahead and hit the record button. Boom. There we go. Look. This boy Aubrey really is a kick streamer now, along with his best friend over there. I don't know if y'all watched live, but I tuned in for like probably 3 minutes, and all I heard Aiden Ross say is like, bro, you got me so drunk right now. Like, yo, this is crazy. I'm like, sir, I beg your pardon? I'm like, bro, seriously? Like, that's what you want to... Yo. And we know Aiden Ross, that man has some weird dreams, bro. He has some weird dreams. But look, let's not waste any more time. I'm already 20 minutes into the live. Look, technical difficulties at the beginning, but we're going to keep going and do what we do. Hey, bro, that's what happens when you're brand new to this, bro. You're just trying to figure things out. But look, let's not waste no more time. Intro time. Let's go. Yo, right here. Right here in the small box. Right here in the small box. Welcome back to Single City Reactions, only on the Flex Mind Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. We got Jalopy here. We're going to get to the bottom of this. This video is titled, Kendrick Lamar Turned Drake into a Full-Time Streamer. Bro, this is a different kind of L, bro. I ain't going to lie to you. This L is so different, bro. But look, let's not waste any more time. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Shout out to the live up above. I appreciate every single one of y'all that's tapping in with me every day or whenever you can. It's nothing but love coming from this man right here. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when I go live and get notified when I drop my videos. You know? So look, with that being said, let's not waste no more time because y'all know I like to talk too much. Let's just get into things. All right, let's go.
This video about to get very surgical, so stay with me. I don't care what nobody saying. I don't care what nobody talking about. You can't convince me nothing. This is worse than what 50 did to Ja Rule. I don't care. It's 50,000 times worse than Ja Rule. This is the worst whooping we ever seen. And if it wasn't for the first 2 minutes of this video, I'd be cussing right now. This is the worst.
I thought it was 5 minutes, not 2. Someone lied to me.
Whooping we ever seen. Okay? This video, now, I know y'all heard about, you see what I'm saying? The stream that Drake did with Aiden Ross, that's not even what we're here to talk about, but just to give you a little rerun, Drake went on Aiden Ross' stream, promoting the new album. They had the little, you know, he had to stir up his usual controversy in order to attach his name to Kendrick Lamar, because that's what he's tricking y'all with.
Facts.
Drake trying to trick y'all into thinking Kendrick Lamar attaching his name to him. Absolutely not. Drake is doing everything he can to attach his name to Kendrick.
To this day, Kendrick Lamar has said nothing. The lawsuit, Kendrick Lamar's name is not on the front of it. His name is all over it, but it's not on the front of it. Y'all comprehension skills are in question, bro. Like, did y'all really pass English class for real, bro? Because now it's getting to a point where I gotta look at you funny like, yo, bro. Yo, read this sentence for me and tell her what it means, bro. Can you tell me what this sentence means? And then they can't? Like, yo, come on, bro.
Lamar, okay? Now, the problem is, at the end of the stream, bro goes on and says, hey, bro, you know, hey, Crody, let me executive produce. I can't even do a Canadian accent. I might.
Brother, don't do it, fam. And trust me, Jalopy, if you even attempt to do the Canadian accent, you start to lose brain cells immediately. Trust me, it's not worth it. Fun fact, a Canadian artist that goes by the name of Young Tory said this: girls that listen to Toronto rappers have smelly... Those are his words, not mine. But bro, like, look at what our own Toronto artists say about our own people, bro. Because they know, like, a lot of music, even the artists themselves even know a lot of the music that people are, like, putting out are trash. Dog trash, bro. Keep it a full stack right now. I know I still have the screenshot on my phone. I'm going to make that a post on YouTube. In fact, I could probably do that right now. I can probably do that right now if I'm going to be completely honest. But Let's keep going. Let me see if I can do it, but let's keep going.
I don't know. Is that Australian? I don't know, nigga.
It's not Australian, brother.
Draco at the end of the stream talking about, let me executive produce your streams. You feel me? And, bruh, I felt like Drake was trying to go this route. I didn't think it was going to be official. Now, I didn't take this seriously. But look what Kick just announced today, bruh. Drake is now officially doing weekly streams on Kick. You turned him into a streamer, Kendrick?
Yo.
Drake is a full-time streamer. After that ass whooping, I think we 2 minutes in. After that ass whooping that Kendrick Lamar gave him. Bro is a full-time streamer on Kick now. What are we doing? This is worse than Ja Rule. He beat the dog shit out this nigga, boy. What are we talking about? We looking through the comments. I'm glad I can finally get on my Twitter because now we're looking through the comments. Don't recommend him doing that. Kills the mystique. What mystique? Come on, man. Look, they must have dropped the bag. Bro, Drake is the one that got to make it happen, my boy. I know they probably did drop a bag, but Drake is the one that Drake need them more than Kick need him. That's what y'all getting. These streamers is the new celebrities. That's what y'all don't understand. Why you think they keep going on these streams? Why you think Kanye just did the stream with old boy Digital Nas? I don't even know who that was.
Yo, you can't
Drake only stream with the
Tiny, not jaw lines. Girl, you know what I'm talking about. They got You know what I'm talking about. Don't you worry.
And Drake only stream with a certain type of motherfucker if you paying attention. And that's very interesting. We already talked about some of that though. But dog, this is getting out of hand, bro. You telling me Drake about to do weekly streams on Kick? I don't want to hear no fans trying to tell me this and that and boom, boom, boom. Y'all look worse every month. These Drake fans look worse every motherfucking month. Y'all look crazier every month. This dude got washed. Even when we look at Nokia and the Luther video, Luther about to surpass
Girl,
that shit
not
in 4 days.
Girl, not belly buttons. Coochie. VJJ. That thing, that taco. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. It don't smell right. That's what he said. Damn, I didn't want to say it. Like, Jesus.
And bro didn't do no promos. He didn't tell you.
Oh, I just made the post so y'all can see what I'm talking about.
It was shot by IMAX or none of that. Kendrick is the one. He always been the most influential, but they used to try to rig the game for the boy, and now you can't. It's tough out here. It's too much influence. You feel me? They done spun narratives and all types of shit to try to dismantle what Kendrick Lamar doing. The caliber of like niggas like Kanye West and Drake and 50 and all these dudes coming together to try to dismantle Kendrick Lamar. It shows you how powerful.
Yo, you think you're funny?
And on
no. Hold on. Let's say, yo, Tiny. What are we doing? Tiny, what are we doing here? What are we doing? I thought you were on my side. What are we doing? This ain't part of the game that I'm talking about. Like, come on, girl. What you doing? You didn't have to do that. That wasn't necessary. How dare you do that? Like, yeah, that's not fair. At least Anthony ain't here, so you know. I don't think you know how to work the Discord, so I don't think that's really gonna help you. But hey, you know you can delete it, right? You can delete it. Be like deleted and delete it.
That, bro. Every time they lie and put out these false narratives and they come out false, you just making bro look stronger and making yourself look crazier. Yep. You better off retreating and just minding your business. That's what Drake should have did in the first place. This shit keep getting worse. But I'm trying to tell you, he think this is his way into getting that final #1 and beating Michael Jackson. And we're going to have a conversation about how them people feel about Michael Jackson and how Michael Jackson felt about these people, about them people. You see what I'm saying? And we're going to have a conversation about it. Okay? Because no matter how you feel about who and what, we know the type who had beef with who and what. And we finna start talking about that shit. Because it's important to know. It's important for these dudes to try to make sure Drake break this record. It's not going to work, though. That's unfortunate. You feel me? And Kendrick Lamar protecting the legacy of our greats by not allowing this to happen. But Drake gonna keep trying by getting on Kick and doing all this extra shit. You feel me? That's the reality of it. You see what I'm saying? And listen, y'all try to box Kendrick out. Y'all try to team J. Cole try to team up together.
I'm gonna drop the link in a second. Hold on.
Y'all try to every time y'all got an obstacle for him. Y'all say he couldn't do the Super Bowl. Y'all said he couldn't drop a hit without Not Like Us. Luther going crazy. Like every time y'all say he can't do something, he slap you in your mouth, and that's the resilience of our people, of our culture. We resilient against all odds. Let everybody go ahead and do the lies and all that shit.
Evil
we know what happened. You feel me? So shout out to everybody that tuned in. You see what I'm saying? If you love storytelling, like Tupac's Brenda's Got a Baby or
nice
Sing About Me, I think
video.
you're gonna love Vocal Cords of a Broken Woman. And I think that because the people love it. You see what I'm saying? And you can look at the comments and see. You feel me? Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Get your shirts. I just shit some shirts out. So if you've been waiting on your shirts, they coming soon. You feel me? Everybody else that wants some, go check it out. And on top of that, I'm about to go shoot the podcast right now. I'm about to go shoot the podcast right now. And if it go how I want it to go, we gonna drop that shit tomorrow. Am I doing too much? We might drop it Sunday. I like Sunday mornings. You feel me? I like Sunday mornings. We might do it Sunday morning. But hey, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.
I mean, what can I say? What can I really say? Like, I'm not surprised. You know, like I'm not like do you expect me to be like, oh no, what's gonna happen, bro? They're gonna like, yo, he's just gonna make all the little kids flock to him now. Oh, your boyfriend is the tech lord? That's crazy. But yeah, now like, yo, Kick is filled with some weirdos. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Why you not on Twitch? Is my question. Yo, hush. I'm just all over the place. Just allow it. Just allow it, okay? Just allow it. But yeah, what's going on with like why you not on Twitch, bro? Everyone's on Twitch. You want to be side by side with your best friend Aiden Ross? Like, yo, bro, that's a kid right there, bro. Why? That's so weird. No, anybody ever pre that? Why are you beside Aiden Ross like that? I'd rather see you beside like top 5, and that's not even a good matchup either. He must have got a lot of money for this. You know what? I'm gonna turn this into a 2-1. I'm gonna turn this right here into a 2-1. So hold on, let me go ahead and get the link for this one. I feel like there's more to this, so let's go ahead and get to the bottom of this. This is my humble opinion right here.
What's up, y'all?
What's poppin'? All right, so boomski. Look, listen. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. 2-1, switching it up, trying something new, trying something different. We're always experimenting around here, trying to get things to, get things done, try to get on that algorithm, make ourselves look real nice and everything. But anyway, look, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I go live, as well as drop my videos. With that being said, let's not waste no more time, because y'all know I like to... Let's just go, man. Let's go.
Welcome back to the channel. So, we got to talk about this. Go ahead, bro. Right? Kenny done turned Drake into a streamer. Who
put that there?
Now, it has just been announced by Kick that Drake has signed a contract to do a weekly stream.
Talk about it.
Drake's a streamer now. How you go from a billionaire rapper to $1 million streamer? Make that make sense. Well, I tell you what, his fans is trying to make sense of it. They doing all types of mental gymnastics, backflips, twists, twirls, all types of shit to make sense of this. But I'm gonna tell you what sense I make of it, man. Having said that, let's get over here to this post real quick. All right, now this is from Kick Champ. Their page. This ain't a fake post. All right. Drake is now getting paid over $3.4 million for a single weekly stream on Kick after signing his new contract. Man. Now, listen, for anybody else, this
I see people saying this man really has money problems because realistically, as a rapper, you have no reason, you have no business to be a streamer. I understand, like, they're trying to bridge the gap between rappers and streamers by introducing more streamers to rappers to kind of help with promotion and advertisement. But for a rapper to do it himself, it's not going to end well. I ain't going to lie to you. It's not going to end well. If we're going to keep it a full stack right now. This move, this moment that we're in right now, I don't know if y'all remember when I talked about building up your brand. This move will destroy his brand. No doubt. It's going to destroy his brand as well as depending on the people he bring onto his stream. Because you know for a fact, if it's just him, it's going to be cool, but it's going to get tied. Say he bring in Top 5. Say he bring in Smiley. Any of these dudes, his OVO squad. Say he bring any of them. Now they're all on full display. You're putting them all on full display now, bro. Oh my, it's not a good look. What's good? What's good, Tiff? How you doing? Appreciate you for stopping by. Nothing but love, for real. Oh my God, this is a very destructive move. You're not supposed to be on these kind of platforms at your big age. Oh my God. And you know people are gonna donate to this man for no reason.
This would be a great deal.
Donate. That.
3.4 million. But remember.
Damn, bro, why is your box so small? That did not sound right.
We're talking to all these people who said Drake is a billionaire. Why, if you're a billionaire rapper, why are you stepping over a dime to pick up a penny? That's with 3.4 million. Why would you put time and effort? And then some of the fans in these comments, we're going to go through these comments because I don't think they seeing it the right way. So let's go through some of these comments, right? Now, this person says, can someone confirm?
This is the same person that wanted to see Kendrick splits, knowing that he has more splits than Kendrick. That. I'm not trying to give fuel to the whole money issue or money problem thing, but as you start to stack the different actions and to put your notes together, it looks weird. It looks weird as hell.
I feel it's 3.4 for the whole year, not per stream. I even commented on that one. I said I don't think it's per stream, right? They're making it like it is, because as we'll see, that a lot of people saying it like he's going to end up with like what, almost 15 million a month. I seriously doubt that Kick is giving him that much money. So this comment says, turn the boy to a streamer. IDGAFF about what he's getting paid. I thought this goofy was an artist. Y'all go streamer. Yo.
I can see literally all the people defending it now. Nah, Drake is trying to be innovative, bruh. He's really trying to make a change and switch it up for other rappers to get into different realms so they can be successful. Bro, my nigga, go talk to DDG. Go talk. No. My nigga, go talk to DDG and let me know. Let me know what he says about his life as being a streamer and trying to convert to a rapper. Let me know, my nigga. Yo, you can't make this up, bro. You cannot make this up. This is some quality bullshit. This is some high quality bullshit right here, bro. Jesus God.
Then they say, billionaire Drizzy, he's about to buy UMG once he's done. Nah. Yeah.
You will never be able to buy UMG with. I don't think people understand, like, yo, this is going to cripple his career, bro. Like, this is like literally like, this is like you going down to King the Cobb, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had such a sharp incline for years, and you hit your peak, but once you lost this battle, you keep shooting down, lower. And then this kick stream just ended the whole ride. You're at the end of the ride, bro.
Man, you ain't gonna buy UMG doing this. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think about this in a minute. And you ain't getting a dime out of whatever he makes while you bragging about someone else's money. He's getting 10 M's a month off stake and now 15 M's a month off kick. That's 300 M's this year alone. He could mess around and buy Kendrick's catalog. Now, here's where I think they're wrong. I don't know what he's getting off stake. He could be getting 10 million a month off a stake. I don't know. I don't see him getting 15 million a month off a kick. I don't even know if how much kick is supposed to be worth, but if we do the math, right, that's $180 million a year. I don't see kick. Let me see something. All right, so it says kick's net worth isn't really available, but now XQC.
My question is, how do you know that if he has a deal with Kick, how do you know that whatever words are hard, but how what the hell? How do you know that that deal doesn't require him to spend the money that's given? Almost like it's like just straight promo. Not saying spending all of it, but some deals are set up where it's like, cool, we'll give you this much, but at the end of the day, you could have X amount of dollars for this deal to be good. You'd have to spend Y amount of dollars. Not saying it's the same value as X. Y, the value of Y is going to be lower than the X, but either way, you got to spend this much so you can walk away with this much. So you're giving this much money, and you probably have to spend this much so that you can walk away with that much. I don't know. That's a possibility for how deals are set up, especially in the gambling world. Because remember, he has to gamble, and he has to continue to gamble for people to be interested in him. So it's less about his music and just more about him just spending on the gambling. My God, this is embarrassing.
He signed a deal, a 2-year deal for 70 million with potential for 100 million with incentives, and someone else signed a deal worth 7 million annually with performance incentives that could boost. So they just trying to give an idea of the type of money that Kick can't offer. So XQC is getting 2-year. They said he got a 2-year 70 million that could.
Tiff, that's another good point. She says he needs all the money he can get. His lawsuit, words are hard. He needs all the money he can get. His lawsuit. What? I did read that right. I'm sure it isn't cheap. Damn right though. Damn right. That's not a cheap. Your lawyer bills are not cheap, bro. That's mad expensive right now.
Be worth 100 million over those 2 years. So I mean, I haven't read that. It's not outside the realm of possibility that they would pay Drake 180 million for a year. I just don't think it's probable that he's getting 180 for the year. I think it's literally 3.4 million. I don't know though. It don't tell us how long, but let's keep going. About to be the first nigga to distribute music through Kick. Okay. Humiliation ritual. Every time he's seen in public or streams now. People are looking at this as some sort of win for Drake because he's doing 3.4 million. I really wish they would have pointed out if this was 3.4 million per stream. It very well may be, but I don't know. Over 120 million to live stream tells me he's putting together something major. 175 a year. You got to think too, if XQC is getting almost 100 million with incentives over 2 years, it definitely could be possible that Drake is getting, but 180 for a year? I don't know, man. I don't know. This person said,
say Drake. Some
niggas make millions, other niggas make memes. Say Drake. They tripping. Yeah, some people going in. B-ass nigga got kicked out of hip-hop, dropped the album for the F words. I ain't gonna say that. He might have meant fans. And now he's streaming. Next is official coming out the closet announcement.
Oh my God.
K-Dot turned homie into a streamer. So look, I don't know, man. I don't know. I will say this though. This is the type of stuff you usually see artists, especially as big as Drake, do after their career. You know what I'm saying? You typically don't see an
Yeah,
artist.
you're right about that too. Like I would see like a Shaquille O'Neal do something like that. You know, any retired NBA like player, whatever, like that's the kind of move they make. And honestly, anybody that's retired that's been known for something would not necessarily they have to, but like if they want to, they can be like a streamer in a sense. Be like, yo, I always wanted to do this thing that I see everybody else doing. You know, I like to play games in my spare time. Like, yo, maybe I want to pick up the controller and turn on the camera. Like that's what a lot of people do. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Do these types of things, like how he been promoting for Steak and
really good
how
point.
he now got this contract with Kick, regardless of what the amount is. Whatever the amount is way more money than I got and than I'll probably ever see. So I'm not talking about that. We're talking about an artist who people have been saying is a billionaire, which I've already stated that he's not a billionaire. His net worth ain't nowhere near that.
Nope.
But whatever, we'll go with that. He's a billionaire. If he's a billionaire and if he's a billionaire artist, why does he have to do this constant promotions for things like Steak and Kick if he's still at the height of his career? Again, these are typically things you see when artists are either post-career or they're on a downward slide. Me personally, I think the boy got cash flow problems. I think he got cash flow problems, and I think he's been had them. Now, I've seen some people say, "Oh, Drake again a billionaire. How are you going to have cash flow problems and this and that and the other?" Well, y'all act like this would be the first artist or entertainer who was making millions, hundreds of millions, or whatever that blew it. Okay, he wouldn't be the first in history to do that. In fact, there's been a
damn near, not saying every single artist, but there's been so many different celebrities, athletes, artists, producers, whatever you want to say. There's been so many different people that literally spent all their money, regardless if it was $1 million, $500 million. Like they all like literally just like KO'd their money. Like their bank account said, yo my God, I'm gonna need some water over here because it's kind of dry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, man, this is crazy.
Few artists who have blown millions. Not just artists, athletes have blown millions, $100 million contract out the window. Again, we don't know Drake's splits, right? Now, just because he grossed such and such amount of hundreds of millions doesn't mean he netted that much. Just because a tour grossed 300 million doesn't mean he netted that much. I'm a businessman. I run my own business. I gross hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. I don't net hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. Okay, it's a big difference. If I wanted to make it sound like I was really doing something, oh man, I pulled in 300 grand this year, but that's not my net. You know what I'm saying? And so there's expenses. Now you can lower those expenses if you want by doing certain things, but just because Drake is making hundreds of millions or whatever doesn't mean that that's what he has in the bank. So me personally, I think the boy's having cash flow problems. I think he's been having cash flow problems. I think that's why he's taking this thing with UMG all the way to the courts. I don't think it's so much about Not Like Us. I think it's about the fact that he was hurting for cash. Yes, he was hurting for cash. And UMG didn't give him the contract he wanted, which he needed that money. And so his recourse was to go to the courts. What's good, brother? This is just me. This is my theory. I'm pulling this out the top of my head, so I ain't reading nothing to support this or nothing like that. Okay, I'm just letting y'all know. This is for entertainment purposes only. But I do think he's having cash flow issues. The reason he's going to court isn't so much because of Not Like Us or because of defamation. It's because he's hurting. He's overextended. He's over leveraged, I think. With all the properties and all the spending he does and gambling, I think he's leveraged, and he probably has some debts, man. He probably not just gambling debts, but what y'all don't realize is a lot of people like him, whether they're artists or athletes, a lot of times they'll keep taking out loans to cover their cash flow issues. But that's the problem when you take out a loan and you got cash flow problems, it only exacerbates the cash flow issue. You know what I'm saying? And so, but they do that because they have to maintain appearances. Just because Drake is a big ass entertainer and superstar doesn't mean he's above having cash flow issues. Okay. And I really think that he's mad that UMG didn't give him the money he needed. He needed, not just wanted, but needed. And that, to me, is the reason he's in the courts. And now he's out here hustling for steak. Steak got him on a chain. You know what I'm saying? He's hustling for steak, doing streams. Now he's hustling for kick, and he's trying to get as much money as he can because not only does he has cash flow issues from the spending in his personal life, but guess what, y'all? All these lawyers, they cost money. All this stuff that he's doing, all of this costs money. If UMG ain't supporting him as much to get his albums and stuff out there, that costs money. All the PR that he's been having to to buy and get to work in his behalf, that costs money. All of that costs money. And if you're already over leveraged because of your own bad spending habits, because you think you that dude and you don't think it's ever going to dry up, well, guess what? You start to run into cash flow issues, and you know what you start doing after that? You get out here and you start hustling for steak and kick. That's it. You hustling for steak.
This man's moving like a friggin'... This guy's moving like a stripper for real, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. But a lot of the things that he's been saying is kind of things that I've voiced in the past, especially with the Australian tour, when he ended that. A lot of what he said is a lot of what I said in that moment. Keep in mind, when he tours, there's about like over 100 people employed under him that got to get paid when he tours. So that's another expense right there. I like the whole gross and net conversation that he had. You can make an overall that's going to make everyone look at you like, oh, he's rich. But then when you start to go through all them little expenses and you start to cut that gross down and then you walk away with the net, bro, you're going to look at the money you made and be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, that is incredible. That's a good conversation to have. That's a really good conversation. Like, I gotta salute to that, bro. That's amazing.
They could kick right now because he need the money. I don't care what none of y'all say. Yeah, it's a lot of money. But he ain't doing it because he ain't got nothing better to do. Either he's having issues with his own pockets, or he knows that his career isn't quite on the trajectory that it once was, and is on a downward trajectory, and he's trying to do everything he can monetarily to salvage some things. So that's just what I think about this. Y'all might disagree. In fact, I hope you disagree because I don't care. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. What y'all think about Drake out here hustling for steak and kick? This man hustling for steak and kick. I'm telling y'all, the boy in trouble, man. The boy's in trouble financially. And I'm telling y'all, the reason he's in court, I really think now, is because UMG didn't give him that money because he got cash flow problems. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. And this is all allegedly, of course. Anyway, let me know your thoughts about this in the comment section below. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll check y'all in the next one.
Yo, bro, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. What are my thoughts though? It's as simple as this. I don't want to fully run with the cash flow narrative yet, because that's a lot of breakdowns that you got to do to kind of see where we're going, to kind of see what kind of expenses we're trying to put together to get overall. But we don't know what the splits are, so we can't really fully get to a proper answer. But the variables are strong enough to have the conversation. Not saying that it's strong enough to change anything and say, no, this is true. But to at least have a convo about this by saying, look, if you pay attention to his spending habits, as well as look at the kind of income that he gets, while understanding that there are splits, and there are a lot of splits. That 360 is nasty. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's nasty. It don't look good. But once you pay attention to all of that, then come to a conclusion where it's like, yo, bro, what do you really make? And then you see him through his actions do so much for Steak, and now he's gonna get on Kick, and you know he has to do so much for Kick. Like, yo, it doesn't look good. Anybody that's comfortable with the money they make wouldn't make these kind of moves. That's all I need to say. You would never see any of the people at his age in the rap game make this kind of moves. 2 Chainz would never make this kind of move. You know? And 2 Chainz know his money in and out. You know, he's moving like he's Future. Hey, you never know. Even keep in mind the child support. You know what I'm saying? That child support or that hush money. You know? Let's not say child support. That hush money. You know, that can get real expensive too. For all them kids. Man. Anyhow, we get confirmation about any of this news. Yeah, we're cooked. Toronto, Canada is cooked. Finished. What? I can't wait for that day, low-key, because we need a rebuild here. All right, let's see what else we can find. Let's see what else we can get into now. What else can we talk about? Nice.